Oh my God, we're hitting the record button. It has been weeks since I felt like recording. Let me explain. I have perimenopause and I have not been taking care of myself properly through this transition period. It's been 6 years, and 2 weeks ago I took action and I am finally feeling like being here. It's really all you need to know, is that I feel like being here again. And I say, let's dive into this book haul. Some of these I'm actually currently reading. That's the first surprise. I'm actually reading what I have bought. But remember, this year is also supposed to be starting book 1 of every series I own, which I am also doing. So hold on to that thought. So what have I bought that I am currently reading? First book, Thornhedge. I'll be honest, this is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty I was not expecting to enjoy. I bought it because it's a 4-hour audiobook on Libby, and I did not think I was going to like it. I absolutely love it. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. I am a T. Kingfisher fan thanks to Elliot Brooks. She constantly talks about Nettle and Bone and a few of those others. Well, she turned me on to A Sorceress Comes to Call, and that was my first T. Kingfisher book, and I loved it. I was scared to go backwards. You know, sometimes you have reached an author's peak and you're just like, I don't want to go backwards to where you were still learning. Not the case at all. This is fantastic. I am listening to Nettle and Bone, so I can honestly say that going backwards has not been a bad journey at all. I cannot imagine my life not reading T. Kingfisher ever again. I will continuously read T. Kingfisher. Thornhedge, being a retelling, scared me. Don't be scared. It is fantastic. I'm going to stack these books backwards. So what's going to happen is I have got the hardbacks on the bottom of my stack. By the time this video is over, they're going to be over here at the top. So this is going to flip like it always does with me. You think I would think this through. Do a couple stacks maybe. All right, so this year I was supposed to read book 1 of every series I own, because I've bought entire series and not even read the first book. Stormlight, Farseer trilogy, along with every other trilogy in the Ellerling world and realm. Bone Ships. I haven't read book 1 of any of these, and that's not all of them. That's just the ones I'm pointing out to you right now. I am starting this one, Bone Ships. I put this one behind Assassin's Apprentice, even though I bought this first. I got onto Assassin's Apprentice by Hobb, fell in love. I'm on book 2 of the Farseer series trilogy. Let me correct that. I just finished book 2. So I'm on book 3. I wasn't supposed to read book 2 this year. I was supposed to read book 1 and move on to another book 1, but I couldn't help myself. So I read book 2. But I am keeping true to what I said I was going to do and starting book 1 of all the trilogies or all the series I own. The Bone Ships by R.J. Barker is one that I've started. I am looking forward to this one. I have been looking forward to that one for a very long time. I've seen comments of people being like, so you want to be on a ship made of carcasses? Yeah, that sounds like a fascinating read to me. Another book from the book haul I just did was Middletide by Sarah Crouch. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about this. If you know anything about me at all, if you've watched any of my videos, I have stated that I started reading suspense mystery. I mean, in high school, I was reading Nancy Drew. I love a good mystery. I want to know what happens. I want it to be revealed to me slowly, and I want to be on the edge of my seat. So I am actually a huge suspense reader. I don't even know this author. Apparently this is a debut, and I am not normally okay with that either. Normally I don't like people's first books, but we're going to give it a try. It's not that long either. It is less than 300 pages. So honestly, I think it's as small as Nettle and Bone. I don't have the physical copy of Nettle and Bone, but I think it's pretty close. This one is only like 130 pages. So some fast reads there. to be mixed in with Bone Ships is actually less than 500, but I've read like Lightbringer this year. I've read some 600, 700 page books this year. So these smaller ones, I don't mind. This is an older T. Kingfisher book, and I did not think I was going to do it because it's an older one. I think it's the copyright on this is 2019. 2018 actually, Swordheart. And I really am trying to stop with the special editions, but I'm a sucker too. You know, I'm just like everyone else, that you just want something pretty on your shelves, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm tired of people having to feel guilty for it. But with that said, I am trying to get the standard copy sometimes, but this one, the cover was just so gorgeous. The inside was really pretty. It is actually really pretty. There was one that I was looking at this weekend, and it was sprayed edges and a nice jacket, but there was nothing else to it. No colored map, nothing on the outside of the actual hardback book. So I said, that's just me wanting a book because the cover looks nice. And I left it. But that one is, Swordheart is one that I will get to this year because I'm on a kick, you know, might as well stick to it. This goes along with buying the special editions because it's pretty. I already have the paperback. It is in the living room on basically my literature section. My husband actually talked me into this one, and he said, go on and get it. It is really gorgeous, and it really is, you guys. This is that Tiffany blue, robin egg blue, and I just love it. I guess Tiffany is more like a blue-green, but you get what I'm saying. It is just so elegant looking. And it's dealing with two sisters from World War II. I want to say France. Separated, prison, passion, German occupied, war-torn France. So yeah, it's in France. I was talking to the cashier. She was checking me out, and she said this is probably one of her all-time favorite books. And I am a sucker for a string. You know, I couldn't apparently get a bookmark. The strings are what makes the book. I am pleased with the fonts. So this should be an emotional, heart-wrenching, fast read, less than 500 pages. I do love memoirs and historical fiction as well. So this one should be, Nightingale should really be up my alley in that area. One of my favorite books is The Alice Network, and it is dealing with a historical fiction as well. The women messaging system through, I want to say it was World War II, but I might be mistaken on the actual war for that one. But the general concept is women getting messages back and forth through a line and a system, and putting their lives in danger to do so. I find that fascinating. The things that women did versus the things that women do now. It's just, you know, one of those things I find interesting. The next book, I actually have absolutely no idea what this one is about. So some of you may have seen this one, Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. What a cute name. Dare I say darling? What a darling name. Colored cover, basic book, which I'm happy with. But I do love a colored map. And I mean, come on, there's a dragon. It's gotta be good, right? There's a dragon. I am not sure about this book. I picked it up because of the back of it. It says, I will find a way to defy death itself to keep you here. We have a deal. And I was hooked instantly. I want to know more about that person that said that. All right, you guys, I have been on a Robin Hobb kick. I've only read 2 books of the entire Elderlings realm, and I own every single book in that. And then I bought some that were extra. There's even some on top because I made room for the special editions. They're hardbacks. They are pretty basic hardback, which I love. I love not having a jacket. I have even talked about that on some of my other videos as well, that I like not having a jacket. I like not having to take this off and put it somewhere while I read the actual physical book. The font is huge. Map is colored, but also, and of course, I didn't mark the page and I passed one, but there are fantastic pieces of artwork in these books that just make it so much more fun. The Kindle versions for me have it, and I said, you know what, I want the physical book. So from one of my favorite reads this year, Assassin's Apprentice, I said, yes, I'm getting the hardback. My husband said, why don't you get the hardbacks? And I said, because I don't need the hardbacks. I have all the paperbacks. And then one day I started looking through my Kindle and I was just like, I really would like to see these pictures in front of me. And so I just jumped and did it. So that was on the book haul. These are from Amazon, so I will link them below if you find them something that you want to do. This is Assassin's Quest. This is book 3. So I have them listed out of order right here. Royal Assassins, which I just finished, is book 2. Love it. My husband is doing the audiobook. I'm doing the audiobook. And I have to say, some people don't agree that it's a cozy read. I will have to say maybe it's the narration's fault. It is a cozy listen. I love doing housework while listening to these books and just basically diving into the world of Fitz and the animals that he bonds with and the way that he bonds with them and the magic system. I didn't drop those. Patty. She threw them down. But I am in this world. I am hooked. Now, I'm hearing really great things about the second trilogy. I have not even looked into it because when my husband looked into Fitz Fool, that series or that trilogy, I almost had a spoiler, so I haven't looked ahead. I know that the characters are not throughout the entire world of trilogies, and not to expect that. But the Fool happens to be in this first series, and then he has his own separate series or trilogy. I don't know why I keep saying series, but his own separate trilogy. And I don't want spoilers of his life and world and things that he has going on, because he's really a fascinating character and I absolutely adore and love him. And he's one of my favorite characters, actually. So I don't want any spoilers. But we have been listening to it, and wow, she knocked almost every book down. Let's see her knock this one down. I will say they are a wonderful read. I love listening, I should say, while doing housework, doing the laundry. I go in a whole nother world and I am gone and I am loving it. I take Betty actually outside with me occasionally. We have a fenced in backyard and we let her kind of meander a little bit. And she just plays while I listen to my book and follow her around because I'm afraid she's going to jump the fence one day. But this is why I went ahead and bought the hardbacks. Originally, I was not going to. Book 3 is 150 some pages. I am not supposed to start this year because I'm supposed to start Stormlight. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the Farseer trilogy this year. I'm going to go ahead and say that that one checked off. It is happening. Book 1 and 2, fantastic. Book 3, I expect no less and probably more excitement than the others. But that is it for the book haul this week. I mentioned that I listen to my audiobooks. I listen through Libby because it's free, and I live in Fort Worth, Texas, or surrounding area. And so there's a lot of books that are available. I lost Hoopla when I left Wilmington, North Carolina. And that was where I was listening. So if you still have Hoopla, cherish it because I miss it. But Fort Worth does have a lot of books available through Libby, so I don't have a problem too often from getting my audiobooks. In fact, the entire Robin Hobb series is there. And I use these little guys. They're open ear concept. And I'm showing because I know so many of you listen to audiobooks. But when you're doing housework, you need to be able to listen to people around you too. You might have kids or your spouse or just other people in the house. Or hell, I used to listen to stuff while I was at work because I was a project manager and I need to focus on that project. But I wanted something playing in the background. These would have been fantastic. I typically used other headphones. I didn't have these at the time. But they're open ear so that you can still hear people talking to you. And they just literally slide in faster than an earring. That's it. And you can move them around, up or down, whatever works for your canal and your earlobe. They're soft enough that I bought them originally for sleep. I haven't really used them a lot for that, but they are soft enough to sleep in, so that like through perimenopause, I don't sleep well at night, or at least wasn't. Now I am, but I would pop in an audiobook to knock myself back out. And these are beautiful for sleeping. Taking a nap midday, I'll throw an audiobook in, and it's wonderful. I'm not going to make any declarations of the next video coming, but I will be seeing you soon, and I want to thank you for being here. If you enjoy this video, please like it and subscribe so that you'll get notified when I'm here again. And thank you.